Yo, what up? What up? Welcome to another Bust FB stream. Today is episode 2 of building this thing. Ah, we're actually probably not gonna unbox it today. Um, last episode we unboxed the rocks, and today I went to the store. I bought salt. So now we got salt, got rocks. Oh yeah, there you go. What else? Um, Bought some stuff for the angelfish tank. But today what we're gonna be doing is buying stuff. We're gonna be setting up a cart from bulk resupply. And then should be a good cart. I was gonna add the salt to it, but I found the salt here locally, so I don't need the salt anymore. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna take
On June 9th, 2024, please.
Let's listen. I was watching this guy here with the blades.
The extender rail for the HMS mount as well.
So what I want to do first is I want to bring up the fluval that I currently have, which is the 9. No, the 13. 13.5. This one here is compatible, which that's the one that I have now. This one here is actually compatible with a skimmer and like a heater that it comes with. So that's probably the first thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna grab a skimmer, maybe the fluval one. I think the size is 3x3. That's what we're gonna confirm right now. And then we're also gonna pick up the heater. The heater itself is in here, or is it not? Let's download the. Let's look at the manual here. Maybe in the manual it talks about the skimmer or the accessories. No, this manual seems pretty bare bones. They have 2. They have a 13 and they have a bigger one. I see some of the. These are the actual circulation pumps. So let's open these guys up. So we have those open too. These over. See what other accessories are showing here. Here, the PS1. The PS1 the small one, or is the PS1 the big one? PS1. It's on the box. Hold up. Look at the back of the box. Yellow, the PS2. What it shows there. Paddlewood PS2 mini protein skimmer 14324. I guess it's this. 14324, yeah. So it's a PS2 is what it's compatible with. The PS2. How big the PS2 is? PS2 is 3 inches by 3 inches. So, what was that? That was Teams? Why did I hear Teams? Open. Machine. Oh, yeah. Over here. Bye, Felicia. Gotta turn this PC over here off. I do not want to see it right now. Okay, so if this skimmer is 3x3, that means that pretty much any skimmer is 3x3 that's 10 inches tall. Bigger. If the cup, I don't know, if they're counting all the way to the very, very top of that little knob, maybe only a couple inches tall. And then we have the circulation pumps. It's saying here to 50 watts. Let's look at that too. Nope. Stay here. Keep one of these up. 50 watt heater. See what the difference is between the T50 and the M50. So the T50 has like a little light, apparently. Tells you when it's on. Got digital accuracy. What does that mean? It's got advanced electronic construction, provides 24-hour monitoring. In absence of water, the T heater automatically cuts off to prevent overheating, so it doesn't matter if it's out of the water. Large script out, easily adjust water temperature from 72 to 90. So it's got like a little knob on it. So it's okay for it to be out of the water. I don't know if it's that interesting. Reliable monitoring and multiple setup features to easily maintain the desired water temperature. The 360 indicator light ring displays heat modes clearly for any angle, while a convenient large script dial allows users to adjust the water temperature with ease. In absence of water, the T heater automatically cuts off to prevent overheating guards. The M50 submersible heater range provides exceptional performance, unsurpassed reliability, exclusive mirror technology to blend with its surroundings. So it's like a silvery one. Cool about this one. Made in Europe with superior components and construction. And then this is a P50. So I think it's the M50 that probably wants. Let me see. M series heater 50 watt A781. A781. Yeah, it's this one. So we'll search this here. That's the one that they're suggesting. That's what we'll search in bulk. Reef supply. So in here, I don't really have the fluval one. Maybe, let me see. No, they don't have the fluval one. So let's look at the size of the M50. The M50 itself. You see here. This image. 11 inches tall by 1 inch thick. So just look up heater. Or is it like this? Have a thing. Heaters and chillers. Heaters. Then 25 gallons or less. And then we go. Let's look at the high first. Let's see what the craziest most expensive thing a chiller / heater. I didn't know that chillers could also heat. That's cool. Well, I guess they heat up to cool, so that would make sense. But let's see. They have a bulk resupply 100-watt titanium heater with helio controller. I think this is kind of like what Chris had, this one. The Inkbird. The temperature control system that includes virtually unbreakable titanium heating element paired with an Inkbird. How big is it? 10.25 with 1-inch diameter. So that's about right. That looks crazy though. I need something so crazy. There's these stealth heaters by Aquel. They also have a light on it so you can tell where you're at kind of in temperature. See this video.
All right, so let's just deal with the elephant in the room right away. Yes, they look familiar, but they aren't what you think they are. Aquel's Ultra heaters are uniquely thin, unbreakable, and electronically controlled with no wear-prone mechanical parts. They not only heat your aquarium and keep the temp stable, but they also act as a thermometer so you can see your tank's temp and the status of the heater at a glance. Plus, they have a 2-year warranty, which tells you right around how long you can expect them to reliably last, which is honestly pretty good considering some brands are only a year and others don't even advertise their warranty on the packaging, which is a little bit disconcerting. So high five to Aquel for proudly displaying it. When you open up the box, you're gonna find the heater itself, as well as the mount with suction cups and the instructions.
I don't know where they're from.
The Ultra heaters are available in 6 sizes: 25 watts, 50 watts, 75 watts, 100 watts, 150 watts, and 200 watts, rated for tanks as small as 3 gallons all the way up to roughly 50 gallons. The smallest of the bunch comes in right around 6.5 inches in length, while the largest comes in at just shy of 11 inches, which are very reasonable lengths for their respective wattages. All 6 models share the same roughly 2-inch width and slim 1-inch thickness at the thermostat and less than ½ inch thickness at the element, which is great. It means that these heaters should work quite well for the tighter rear chambers of all-in-one tanks, even desktop models, as well as for those that want a sleek and easy to hide option for standard aquariums where the heater will actually need to be inside of the display itself. On that note, if it is being used inside of the display tank, the fact that it is, and I quote, unbreakable is actually a really good thing. The high impact resistance material that it is made from means by whether your own hand, like I just did, or that of a rowdy tank mate, if it were to get bumped into and smack into the glass or have a rock crash into it, it's not going to result in shattered glass and exposed electrical components in the tank, which is fantastic. These heaters are fully submersible, which is pretty well standard for aquarium heaters nowadays, but more importantly, the minimum water depth isn't indicated on it like on some other heaters because it has to be fully submerged. No part of the heater other than the power cord should be above the water line when it's in use, and according to the instructions, you can the heater from the water for up to 20 seconds to set the temperature. When you plug the heater into power, the LEDs go through a start sequence and flash back and forth a few times before landing on the current set temperature, which in this case is 78 degrees. To change that set temperature, you press the button in the center and the LED indicator will move to the right in 2-degree increments up to 94 degrees and then return back to 68 degrees, which are the max and minimum temperatures. Most of us will likely be setting our heaters to either 76, 78, or 80 degrees. Once you've stopped at your desired temperature for 2 seconds, all the LEDs will flash indicating the temperature was saved. The display on the heater will also show the current water temperature with a flashing LED. If that flashing LED is lower than the set temperature, the heater will be in heating mode, and if no flashing LED is present, it is currently at the set temperature and the heating element will be off. Personally, I always recommend having a separate thermometer as well, just to make sure that any heater you're using is working as it should.
That's okay.
On that note, there
a little
are a
crazy
few things that you absolutely should be.
Let's see what else. What else? The CC ones. These are like the new. Not too bad. These are the ones that work with an app, I believe. The built-in NFC technology. CC's elevating the aquarium heater game with their Scuba contactless heaters. They feature a patent contactless temperature control, allow for effortless adjustments and temperature checks via the free Control All app. Temperature can be adjusted from 59 to 95 with precision tolerance of just 2 degrees. On top of that, an energy saving mode can be activated in which the app will maintain a stable temperature with half the energy consumption once the set temperature has been reached. Okay. Doesn't sound crazy. How big is the 50-watt one? 30 centimeters. What's 30 centimeters? 11.8 inches. That's a little taller. A little taller. No, this one. Closest. A little taller. 28 centimeters. These preset ones. Preset to 77 degrees. It's smaller. 11 inches. The right inches. But do I want 77 degrees? Like glass. Ugh. What is this bad boy? Another preset heater? Nope. I don't know why I don't like the preset heater, man. I guess the Angelfish Fry right now have one, but damn, 30-watt mini heater. Is this enough for my tank? Five to 15 gallons with an asterisk based on 10-degree water temperature increase from current ambient temperature. I mean, always, pretty much. Even if it was 60 degrees in my house, you know what I mean? Audible alarm switch on off. Ground plug. Quick disconnect cables. Temp sensor. This looks pretty good too. A little bit on the low side though at 30 watts. Got a low automatic shut off. Like all real nice stuff. You know what I mean? Like a bigger one of those is like 100 watt. They don't have a 50 watt. And 26 to 50. Pretty much all I just looked at right now, except for the Jolly preset heater. And the heater game is like not raw right now. Like not raw. Let me see. Do they have a manual here? Let me see if I can find a manual for this. Okay, product usage. This is specifically designed for use in aquariums. Ensure the aquarium heater is installed securely. An extension cord is necessary with proper rating. Please refer to the complete user manual and guidelines. Okay. Okay. No. Yes. So maybe it's okay. Right? And it's saying it's 11.8 inches. Maybe. How big is the actual fluval itself? Fluval itself is 15 inches tall. I think there's space. I think there's space. Let's see. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the 50-watt DC contactless. New stuff. I'm gonna go with some kind of temp controller, right? Because that's the correct thing to do, right? This one's no Wi-Fi. This one's no Wi-Fi. This is Wi-Fi. It's $15 worth Wi-Fi. Because I'll have a controller that does that. This is just ultimate backup, right? Cooling, heating. Okay. So now we've got the temperature. We got the temp controller set up. I guess, well, let's look. This is now going to be 85 bucks with the controller, right? How much was this stuff? This is the $85 one before. You don't have one that's like, because then you have 75 watt? No. Then if you take the step up, get to the 100 watt. Figure we could do the bulk resupply one. That's 100 watt. So you're looking at $118. That's like not worth it. I'd rather go with the CC contactless, which is already raw, connected to that the Inkbird, which is sick. And then you have bulletproofness, which is like what they're doing here, but with a 100 watt one. If they had a 50 watt version, that'd be it. This one here is also 100 watt. And how big is this? Did they say? 10.25. Oh, we looked at it already. So like it could be an option. Could be an option, but too much. All right, so now what we gotta do is we gotta look up close some of these tabs. Well, we were looking at these are all the pumps. We're gonna look at those too. Close this manual out. Boom. So now we're back to get rid of the heaters. We're done with the heaters. I want to get to circulation pump and protein skimmer. So protein skimmer bigger is 3x3, right? So that's what we're looking at. So come in here and skimmers and reactors. Hang on, and nano skimmers. Yeah, some of these are pretty big. Right? Will this fit in here like a nano cube? How big is this? Does it hang on the back of something? Oh, no, it hangs inside of a sump, which means it can hang inside of a tank. Can it not? Oh, it's just a little bit bigger than I can. 2.96 by 3.15. It's a little big. And that'd be pro. That'd be looking sick. All right, so we'll start, I guess, at the beginning. still a little big. These are like hang on back, so I guess it could work, but they're not really what we're looking for. Let's take a look at them. They look pretty good. I don't know how good they work. Taking the water out and then back in. I wonder how big the mouth opening is. Doesn't really say. Okay. We're gonna keep on scrolling. They have all these CC ones. What's this 150? How big is the 150? 2.8 by 4.7, so it's a little big. And then, ooh, Tune Z. I like the Tune Z. What's it come with? Oh, it's like a DC pump. Ah. Probably too big, though. Dimensions. 4.3 by 3.5. Too big. Dang. Aqua ready. This thing looks tiny. It looks super tiny. For heavy bio load, 20 gallons, that'd be perfect. Heavy. 2.76 by 4.5. A little big. Doesn't really fit. No entra. 901. It looks short. Stubby, you know? Also too big. DOC skimmer. Probably gonna be too big. All those are like probably based on the same shape or whatever. Bioskim. Somewhat promising. Cube 16. Looks like they got the top closed too, no? Yeah, look at that. The top closed in the BioCube. That's crazy. How big is this? How big is this? Oh, man. Too big. Big. Let's see the mid-sized one. Just a little big. That's it. So we're not going to be picking up the skimmer from BRS because they don't carry the fluval one. Okay, see. This stuff is actually really clear. Really good. This clear stuff. Love it. Oh shit, they sell the Flex 15. It'd be nice to have a 15-gallon on my desk instead of the 9. That'd be sick. Alright, so then the last thing I gotta worry about is the circulation pump. So if I come over here, let's see what it recommends. One or two. Doesn't really say. And then that's what we were looking at the other day, which are these. I was thinking, like one of these max spec gyres. You look at what the cart looks like right now. Come on, view cart. I got the instant glue. We don't need the salt anymore. Let's delete this. I'm not super convinced we need the foundation rock. I have so much rock. But maybe for 20 bucks. Big old stick old glue. And I got the contactless heater and the temperature controller. We got some epoxy. So what we need now, we need some kind of pump. So I was thinking something like this, and getting the they sell like they bring all the little things to be able to like point the directional flow or whatever, point the flow. So something like this to me seems pretty raw. That would be it. But they also Skyer themselves. See this one. This one? No. Go back here. I had it on this page where I left. Peace. So this is like a little bit more. 169. But then it's 8. What happened? And it's gonna be here. Like this. They have the cloud edition. 169, but then you could buy this $200 controller to control it. Now, the cloud edition by itself, I think already connects to something. I'm not sure. It's like more expensive. I think in my case it would probably be either this guy. Let's look up this video.
AI recently released their Orbit crossflow pumps, and in this
Bring up
video,
some
we're going to
quality.
take a closer look at them and their features,
Like garbage.
and ultimately give you the tools that you're going to need to decide whether or not they're right for you. The Orbit crossflow is available in 2 models, the 2 and the 4, and they're rated for aquariums up to 88 gallons and
Let's stop it here to look at these specs here. So 20 to 88 gallons or 20 to 120 gallons. So that means that both of them can be tuned way low or way high. 8.78 inches wide. Tank is 11.5 inches wide. And the Geyer the Geyer's 8.75 inches wide. That's the same, right? 8.78. Yeah, same. So they're just as wide as each other. 25 watts max, but then I don't know how much the flow is.
120 gallons respectively. And although AI has chosen to leave the flow rates
12.
120 gallons respectively. And although AI has chosen to leave the flow rates as a bit of a mystery,
Yeah,
I
they
think
did.
it's pretty safe to assume, given that these are max spec licensed pumps, that they're going to produce similar flow rates to the max spec.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm trying to figure out, guys.
Gyres. When it comes to mounting, both have strong magnets, with the 2 rated for panels up to 0.6 inches thick and the 4 rated for panels up to 0.8 inches thick. The Orbit crossflows do share a lot of great features with the max spec jump gyres. They're virtually silent thanks to their sine wave technology and vibration absorbing mounts. They have adjustable outlets so that you can send flow in 2 different directions. They can be placed right up near the surface of the water without sucking in air, and they can also be placed either horizontally or vertically for creating that iconic gyre flow pattern in different orientations throughout the tank. And the smaller 2 model does also have that rotor cap for single-sided operation, which is super helpful in tight spaces like in a Nano tank. But where these Orbit crossflow pumps really stand out from the crowd is in their control. They use the same sleek little driver as the Nero pumps, which means they won't take up a ton of space on a controller board or mounted inside of a cabinet, and more importantly, they are app controllable through either My AI, Mobius, or through Apex Fusion.
So if I get the blade and the pumps will be controlled through the same app.
An MXM module. Once paired up with the app, you'll be able to schedule them just like a Nero pump. with the ability to drag and drop various flow modes. You can choose from constant speed, pulse, random, and reverse modes, as well as adjust the minimum and maximum flow speeds and the variance. The best part being that you can program them right alongside the rest of your Aqua Illumination and Ecotech gear, making it much easier to have them work harmoniously with one another. And like I mentioned earlier, if you do have an MXM module, you can even bring them right into Apex Fusion for advanced control. When it comes to maintenance, you can keep things super simple and just drop them into a citric acid bath once a month, let them run and essentially clean themselves, which works really well. Or for a more thorough cleaning, you can take them completely apart and scrub them down. All the parts are color-coded red and green, so you'll know which belongs to which side when you go to put it all back together, which is one of those little details that I can really appreciate. All in, the Orbit Crossflow pumps are going to be a very welcome addition to anyone looking for a pleasantly user-friendly gyre experience, or who have been waiting for a gyre that is compatible with their MyAI or Mobius ecosystem. And if that sounds like you, then you can check them out for yourself.
Yeah, why not?
Right here.
Okay. Kind of sold on those. Now let's see if it's worth the extra $100.
MaxSpect has just released their newest generation of jump gyre pumps with the GF308 and the 316. While they still focus on bringing that patented sine wave gyre technology to budget-conscious reefers, MaxSpect has refined the controller, added some features many reefers have been looking for, and improved the specs of these pumps. So let's dig into it. At their core, the Jump series are still the same gyre pumps reefers have come to love. Using their super quiet sine wave technology, they still create that iconic laminar flow pattern, and they are still easy to disassemble and maintain with those color-coded parts, so you always know how to put them back together. That said, the new GF308 and 316 do add more than just a new controller. They do have this nice, cool little directional flow stuff to the pricier gyre models, and really they are sporting some updated specs. Either MaxSpect has changed or updated the way they perform their flow testing, or they found a way to improve the efficiency of their pumps. Either way, their new jump gyres now have a higher flow rate and have a higher max aquarium size recommendation to go along with it, all while keeping their dimensions and power draw the same as their previous generation. The magnetic mounts have stayed the same with max panel thicknesses that match the previous generation, but that's where the similarities pretty much stop. Unlike the previous generation, the new GF308 and 316 now include flow deflectors. So for those who wanted to be able to further refine the direction of that laminar flow, you can now do that right out of the box. Each rotor gets its own large deflector that can rotate independently, just like you would have gotten with the XF series, which is an added value that I'm sure many reefers are going to appreciate. That said, the biggest changes that I think most reefers are going to be excited about were made to the controller. MaxSpect really simplified the controller experience while also adding some features that we haven't seen in this budget model before. The first thing that you'll notice is that instead of the old LCD display, there is now a simple multicolor display that is super easy to navigate. You can choose the flow pattern you'd like from 5 different options, the max speed or intensity of the flow, and the frequency of the pulse or swell. The controller will display the color of that mode, the intensity it is set to, and flash with the pulse speed, so you always know what your pump is up to at a glance. Naturally, the new controller also has feed mode, but the newly added feature that really takes the cake is the ability to wirelessly pair up to 32 pumps to work in groups, with one pump as the group leader and the other pumps running in either sync or anti-sync, which is fantastic. Normally, we'd only see this type of wireless compatibility on higher-end pumps, so seeing it trickle down to more budget-friendly options is great. Being able to set up one pump and have multiple other pumps sync with it to create either a push or pull in perfect sync is super beneficial when it comes to creating the kinds of flow patterns that benefit our corals most. For those who want to be able to create flow schedules or have wireless app control along with even more features, MaxSpect's cloud gyres are what you're going to be after, and you can check them out in this video right here.
So if I wanted to get app control with MaxSpec, you're talking $169 actual pump plus $199 actual controller. Or look, they sell it, I guess, look, they sell it as a group. But this one doesn't even fit, I don't think. This barely fits. It'd be like the whole size. Wow, it'd be so crazy in there. But I'd be able to control it all the way down like 1%. $339. Compare that to $279. Like $50 cheaper. But this one gets to be used with
AI's Orbit Crossflow might just be the gyro pump that you've been waiting
smaller,
for. So let's
short
skip
video.
right to what sets the AI Orbit apart from other gyro pumps. And no, I don't mean the AI badge and teal rotors. There's more going on here. What really makes the Orbit a contender is the fact that it runs on AI's driver. Yes, the same tiny driver as the Nero pumps, but tailored to a gyre. That means it's app controllable through MyAI, Mobius, and Apex Fusion if you pair it up with an MXM module.
Like a
so
quick video.
that means you can program the Orbit right alongside all of your other AI, Ecotech, and Neptune Systems gear, so they can all work harmoniously together. And you know what? I think it was high time that AI and Mobius users finally got a gyre that works in their ecosystem.
Oh, so it's like an about time. I think we add this one. Because if it's not that, then it's like we're looking at Powerheads. We're looking at like an MP10, which is $379, and they're also not available. They're available right now. No. This is how we're gonna go. Gonna go like that. That means that in first chamber will be Skimmer. Will be sponge, but it'll actually be rock rubble. Correct. That would be where I would need it. So if I'm gonna do. Okay. Do they have power stuff? Let's see what they have for power, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to get for power. So let's see here. Pump sliding. Pumps. Salt maintenance controllers testing. Filter. Heater chillers. Rock. New controllers testing. Timers. Thing looks crazy. Controllers and monitors. $1,000, huh? Crazy. Seems crazy. In this HANA Instruments thing, pH, salinity, and temperature, $300. Seems crazy. Too much. I wanted to see, what does I want to see? Oh, dosers. Dose. Pumps and plumbing. Dosing pumps. Like the smallest thing they got. Simplicity. Oh, it's like all in there. That's cool.
This is the most affordable 4-head dosing pump I've ever seen. Simplicity's 4-head dosing pump has all of the basics covered. It has 4 peristaltic dosing heads that can deliver from 1 milliliter up to 9,999 milliliters of fluid at up to 50 milliliters per minute. Onboard programming that allows the doser to dose up to 24 times a day. The option to set it on a shelf using the rubber feet, or to mount it to a stand or controller board using the keyholes on the back, and a template to make sure that you get the spacing right the first time. Plus, they even include check valves, a graduated cup for calibration, and a spare dosing head just in case. It's pretty hard to beat, especially when you consider that each dosing head works out to only $37.50, which means
not bad. Because if you go like Ecotech, you're gonna be paying $200 per pump. Hmm. Drew's doser. Replacement head is $37. That's funny. Oof. It only does dose. They don't have one that's bigger. There's even a BRS doser, $69. And that 4 doser would be like be perfect. Dosing tube holder. Or the red dose. It was like an acrylic one that I saw that looked nice. You're off finally? Yes.
Find stuff.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what to get. What to
What are you
get.
gonna get for little?
We got stuff for baby angels.
What's that little pipette?
Graduated pipette. Like to be able to do like 1 or like half a millimeter or whatever. Oh, this is the one that I saw. I was like, is it? This one. Right? Clean.
I'm gonna go wrap up.
I'm gonna go wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap this up too.
Wrap it up.
And then I'm gonna need some like bottles or something. How big are these? These 12 inches tall? 13. I need something like that, but 12 inches tall. I'll find it. Adding that to cart. Bam. Now we got the doser. The holder for the doser. Pump. A heater. More crap for the rocks. That looks like an ouch kind of price. But gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? I think what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably just end up getting the heater for right now. And then I'll keep these in my like wish list. I might even do the doser. I might do the doser and the heater. And then I'll pick up the controller and the pump later on. Because I'm going to be doing a 4-week like dark cycle. And I need the controller for that right away. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. We'll do like this. Bye. Goodbye. And peace. So that's gonna be what's up. That's gonna be like the perfect cart. This will be what I need to set up. That looks healthier. Good. So then, as time goes on, like in a couple weeks, or like probably next paycheck, I'll pick up the heater like controller, and then probably the pump, and then from there the doser. Because the doser I don't really need until we have life, so I have 4 weeks to get that doser, and then the pump I can get whenever, because if we don't have any life in there, it doesn't matter either. You know what I mean? The rocks don't need that great of a flow. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna order this, and this should get here within a little bit. Usually it takes like 3 to 5 days. Sometimes it's a little quicker, but it's Thursday, so figure these probably won't get here till like Monday or Tuesday even. But yeah, till the next one. Adios.